Halftime SEC championship, Georgia down 17-7. Outside of Georgia's first possession, they haven't done a goddamn thing offensively here. Alabama's defense is shutting everything down. I mean, I don't really know where to start. The play calling, and I've been on Bobo's side this season. I've defended him against some Georgia fans who hate him for no reason, but the play calling has been head scratching here. Way too many running plays. There was one point where we ran the ball 7 times in a row. We had one possession where we didn't throw the ball at all. I was even questioning. I was like, is Beck hurt? Like, what's going on here? Alabama's defense is playing great, especially their front. These runs up the middle are going nowhere for Georgia. Outside of that touchdown run from Kendall Milton, what was that, 15 yards or something on the first drive of the game? Other than that, Georgia just nothing offensively on the ground. Ladd McConkey hobbling around. He's trying to play. He's doing the best he can. Brock Bowers has a catch or two, and Carson Beck hasn't played terrible, but the offense just can't get anything going. And then defensively, Georgia's played okay. That first field goal Bama scored, I mean, that wasn't really the defense's fault, really. I mean, they flipped field position through a series of punts, and we give Bama the ball back at the 50-yard line. They get a 20-yard drive, kick a field goal. You can live with that. But then Bama's next possession, again, we pinned them back deep that time on the their own 8-yard line, 92-yard touchdown drive like it was nothing. The defense played great in the first quarter. Mildew had one pass completion in the first quarter. It was horrible. But he just had a touchdown pass there at the end of the second half. And that was a good play by Mildew, or a good throw by Mildew. That 4th and 5 really hurt. That 4th and 5 hurt bad. If you could have forced a field goal there or knocked that ball down, and you get to half 10-7 instead of 17-7, that's a big difference there. If you're not watching the game, Bama had the ball around their own 40-yard line. Around Georgia's 40-yard line with about a minute and a half to go. 4th and 4, they decide to go for it, and they pick it up with like a 15-yard completion. Now, that was not a good pass by Mildew. That looked like a close your eyes and just toss the ball up deal, but Isaiah Bond, came down with a catch, gave Bama a first down, and 2 plays later, they scored. Jermaine Burton, touchdown catch, and that was a good throw by Mildew. So, I mean, we can criticize the defense. Look, they're getting pressure on Mildew. They sacked him a couple of times. Mildew doesn't have any big runs. I mean, a couple of plays that have gotten around the corner on Georgia, which has been a problem all year defensively for UGA. The sort of the stretch plays, the zone reads where the quarterback keeps and takes off around the outside. Bama's got a few of those, but nothing over 10 yards. No explosive plays that way. But just moving down the field, really, Alabama is on Georgia. And honestly, you give up 17 points. Is that ideal? No, but your offense should be able to keep up with that. Your offense should 100% be able to keep up with that. The offense, it's hard to blame the defense here. Dalen Everett, well, 2 things. If I'm Alabama right now, whoever Dalen Everett is covering, I'm throwing them the ball every time. The guy's terrible. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. He gets burned up every single time they throw the ball to him. And but I'd run if I'm Alabama, I'm just lining up running the ball right up the middle. I mean, they're getting 6-7 yards of pop up the middle. I'd run until Georgia proves they can stop it. And then offensively for Georgia, they're gonna have to take some chances offensively. I doubt McConkey's going to be able to play in the second half. You're going to have to put Dominic Lovett out there or Dillon Bell. You got Brock Bowers. You got Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint. You've got talented wide receivers that you can put out there. But McConkey hobbling around on one leg just ain't, it's just not getting it done. I hate it for him. I know he wants to play in this game. It's a big game for him. I get that. But he's more of a liability than he is anything else right now. And he hobbled off there at the end of the first half with about a minute to go, and I'd be surprised if we see him again. But again, you got Brock Bowers, you got Dominic Lovett, you got Dillon Bell, Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint, Arian Smith. You're going to have to find a way to get some of these people the ball. The play calling is going to have to improve. It's going to have to become a lot more creative. Carson Beck has had an amazing year. Amazing year. I understand you have to try to run the ball sometimes to keep the defense honest, but there is no excuse for sending the offense out on the field and running 6 straight running plays. There's not. I love Georgia. I love Dejon Edwards. I love Kendall Milton, the 2 running backs. Running backs are the least talented position unit on this team. It's just a fact. The talent on this team offensively is at wide receiver and quarterback and tight end. You better find a way to utilize it in the second half, because one touchdown ain't going to cut it against anybody. Never mind Alabama, never mind an SEC championship game. So I'm Bobo's biggest fan. I have been a supporter of Bobo from the minute he was hired. I have loved what he has done this year. He shit on his own foot in the first half. That was a horribly called game in the first half offensively. They better figure something out. Because there is no tomorrow. I mean, there's a New Year's Six Bowl, but as far as the playoffs go, the loser of this game ain't getting in. I mean, they're just not. Alabama obviously would be their second loss, but Georgia's not getting in with a loss. There's just too many one-loss teams that would be ahead of them with conference titles. Bama, Texas, Oregon, Michigan's most likely going to win tonight. They would be in. Never mind a 13-0 Florida State if they beat Louisville. So there is no tomorrow. So I don't know what they're going to have to do. Reach into the bag of tricks, dust something off, whatever. But just run ain't going to cut it. Sony Michel and Nick Chubb ain't walking out of that locker room in the second half. They're not. So you better figure something out. Hats off to Bama's defense. They've shut everything down so far. And offensively, like I said, Mildew, he ain't wowing nobody. But they're driving down the field. If Georgia's forcing third downs, but they're 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, because Bama's picking up 6-7 yards every time on first down. They're running right up the middle on first down and getting 6 yards, and on second down they run outside. They got to figure it out. They're gonna have to figure it out. It's basically win or go home. I mean, yeah, there's a New Year's Six game if you lose, but come on. Georgia's goals for this season were a little bit higher than that, and if they play the second half like they played the first, not going to be reaching those goals. So they better figure something out. We'll see. I'll be back after the game, win or lose. Yeah.